What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cody C back up in the building. I'm just making a little, small little video clip and all. Nothing really too crazy. I'm probably gonna be recording the video later on today. But really, right now, it's just no luck of doing any type of Instacart. It look like it's about to rain pretty soon. I'm probably just gonna head to my grandma's house, pick some food up, and bring it back home. Cook, do a little something, something. Uh, right now, I want to give you all a little story on my old computer, my first PC that I got when I first started not even working, just really getting into the PC gaming world. I had a CyberPower PC GMA B was it GMA GMST, I believe. It was a 4000. It had a AMD Radeon 5600 XT. I also had a Ryzen 5 3600, and I had a MSI mag cooler with 16 gigs and everything else. So I think I had like a 650 watt power supply. So this is like my first PC that I got. It was a gift from my mom. She knew I was working hard from like classes and wanting to help me out, especially if I decide wanting to eventually step into the gaming aspect role, or even like with streaming or anything like that. She did that, and it somewhat was future proof a little bit, but I could have had a little more with the graphics card more during that time. But here's exactly what happened one time. I was playing, I want to say, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's a pretty old title, but I know my 5600 it could handle it, no problem. It's easy. So what I've learned, no. So here's what happened. I was playing it. I never knew any of this infamous what we call the black screen of death of AMD's Relive software. Um, I didn't know at the time what it was about, how popular this thing was, or how much damage it could cause a computer. So I was like, I didn't know nothing until it actually happened to me. Yeah. It not only gave me it, but it also had brick one of my display ports on the graphics card. And I've never ever had that happen before. And I didn't know what was going on. So I took it Geek Squad. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right. I didn't know about computers at the time. I watched a few videos of people building PCs, but I didn't really know exactly myself how to do one. So I've learned a little bit now. I won't go to Geek Squad to build a PC or even buy one from them or anything like that. So I took it to them. They took a look at it, and what they said, yes, it did happen. It did get the black screen of death, but there's nothing else that was pretty much wrong with the computer except for that broken port. So the display port on my graphics card was pretty much done, and I had to do a complete hard reset to the point where everything was jumbled up, messed up on my computer, and I didn't know what was going on. So they tested out the display port that was bricked, and it was getting no picture out, nothing. But the other display port and the other two HDMI ports, perfect display out. So I was like, all right, one port gone, three to go. So, and here's another thing that happened. I would say not even within a full year of me owning this PC, it died. How? MS fucking I. Yes. MS fucking I in their stupid ass Mag cooler that they have. All right. Granted, like this is before I even bought the Mag cooler. All right. I had a Cooler Master, Deep Cool, I believe, CPU fan. Worked perfectly fine. Perfect. All that good stuff. Good shenanigans, you know. Never any issues. So when I decided, I said, I want to get something different. I want to get a liquid cooler. Buddy and mom also tell me, you should go liquid cooling, man. It's real nice, but you run into the process of dangerous things. What if it fails and all this other stuff? I wasn't thinking at the time. I was thinking, I looked at my research. It said they're supposed to last about 5 to 6 years. So I was like, okay, so little to minimum, almost no maintenance, not bad. So I said, go ahead and try it out. So I would say after, I want to say 6 to 7 months of owning a PC, I had the cooler. I bought the cooler later on down the road, and I had minimum upgrades that I did with it later on. At 32 gigs of RAM, mismatch RAM, learned that and never do it again. AMD does not work well with mixed match RAM or even just 4 DIMM slots of RAM. I've learned that the hard way. Anyways, especially if it's Corsair. Now, probably granted, if it's a different brand, probably not as much. But what I'm going to do now from now on probably is run two 16 gigs of sticks of RAM and just do full 32 with those two. That's probably going to be what I'm going to probably get rid of my RAM sticks. Oh, yeah. I like that. That's my new rig, my new setup and everything else with everything brand new. I will get to y'all on that later on. Anyways, here's what happened. So within 2.5 to 3 months, about literally 3 months probably, of me owning this cooler, the pump inside the radiator dies. How? I don't know. So, here's what happened. When I was gaming when Halo Infinite dropped, I was only playing it on my 5600 XT. So, I was playing not the battle pass, but the multiplayer. So I'm gaming, and next thing you know, I'm seeing my temps are like going high to the high 80s, 90s. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Why is my cooler not cooling things? So I'm like checking, restarted my PC, turning it off. And granted, I've been playing it like this for I don't know how many months now. After the cooler decided just to take a complete shit and die on me. So I say this. So after all that, I said, fuck, I'm going to have to take it to Best Buy one more time. So I took it to Best Buy. And this is after probably now, before the year warranty was up from the CyberPower itself. I had it for about now 10 and a half, 11, close to about 12 months, which is about that year that I got it from. So whenever I took it to them, I asked them could they run a test, see if it's good or not. So they Cinebenched it, let it do its work overnight, all day, for a couple days and everything else. And they said, it's ready to be picked up, but we got some bad news. So I was like, all right. Here's what they did. They put the cooler back on, the old one. But here's the thing. They told me during the process of all this is that during the Cinebench testing, the temps were too high for the CPU to be operating to let it run because it's not being stable because it's running in the high hundreds. I was like, what? They're like, yes, it's not having its shutdown feature turn off when it's hitting a certain temperature. And they said also with the cooler, it just pretty much just died. So I'm thinking, they told me basically what happened was with the pump from the radiator from MSI, it died because probably it got too hot and or not it just was not even working. Like it was just best way to put it. I didn't know what could happen because when the CPU was pretty much done, there's no point of trying to RMA it because if it's gonna do this, it's probably gonna do it to another one. And the Ryzen 5 3600 just pretty much took a crap and just said, I can't no more. It's done. It just pretty much failed the Cinebench test, couldn't run any type of games, couldn't handle programs, couldn't handle nothing. So, all this during that time, it was done to the point where not only did the CPU was damaged, it damaged also the liquid cooler. Well, it didn't really damage the liquid cooler. Liquid cooler is still intact. But what happened was that the pumps, not the pumps, I think the water inside the radiator evaporated somehow. It was not even trying to being able to cool it at a certain temp. Like it was normally pumps inside radiators run idle at 800 to about 900 probably RPMs. It was sitting there near about 200. So that right there tells you that the pump inside the radiator failed, which causes not to be able to do its job. So with the pump just completely failing and not, I guess, just being able to be working properly, I think during that process of all happening, the CPU started getting hot and hot and hot. But at that time, I didn't know how long that the pump was not working. Granted, it was already doing what it already did. And I didn't get the chance to actually check the thermals on my computer during that time when I first seen it, when I was playing it. But that was the only time that I noticed. Because it could have done it while it was idling and all that stuff. I don't know. But when I have it happen, they just pretty much told me, you're done. It's done. So I called. So actually, yeah, during that time with them working on it, I called MSI. By far the worst customer service ever. Worst customer service ever. Granted that, look, side monitors. Love them to death right there and right there. They're good monitors. I will give them, but customer service and their products, I just don't trust. I won't buy their liquid coolers or anything else from them again after that moment. And I'll say this. When I got in contact with one of the representatives, I don't know his name, I can't remember, by God, to the death of me. So I was calling them to let them know that your liquid cooler pretty much failed to do its job and left me out of a PC. So this is during the time when I didn't have a PC going on. So I was hoping that, y'all could reimburse me of something to help me and everything else. But long story short, it didn't work, didn't happen, and it was just the fact that it failed to do its job. And then if I were to get my old PC back and get another liquid cooler from them, the same one, it's gonna do the same shit again. And I guarantee, look, when I said it was gonna be doing the same thing, it's because a YouTuber did a review on their Mac coolers. I didn't know that there was a recall during the time of these coolers being shipped out from them, not being properly tested properly from MSI or the product team there. It had gunk buildup probably in there. So I was thinking, when I saw that video, I was like, so if that was in there, then that means mine was a part of that issue. And I could tell that mine probably would have gunked in there too. But So after all that, so that's what I'm saying. Like when I seen that video, I was like, okay, that's probably what happened to mine. So rewind it, going back to the video, not video, the calling and all that stuff. They said that well, R may it send you out another one, and I told them I don't want another one. There's nothing that would help me in this particular situation because I don't have a computer. I'm left out. If you were to give me a liquid cooler, what am I gonna do? Get my money back for it? No. The price of your Mac coolers are not that worth of much money that I bought mine for. I'm not gonna get the same value that I bought your Mac coolers for at that original price. I would be losing profit for selling your cooler just to make back the money that I spent on your shit. So I say no, no. You know what? I'll figure it out myself. It doesn't help. I just hung up because it was just straight running around the town about oh you should call AMD because AMD did this with their CPUs, this and that. And I was like, no, my CPU was working just fine before I put your cooler on my shit. But anyways, so granted, not all that happened. So I just feel like the Mac coolers that now that AMD, not AMD, MSI re-released in a white form, I wouldn't trust those things if I were you people who wants to be MSI. I mean, if you haven't had any bad luck with their products, good for you because I say you got the good batch of the bunch because I get the bad batch of the bunch. And I never had any kind of like issues or problems with like now being in PC gaming. I never had any issues with products and everything like but that was the first time that made me have that and it made me now just kind of like question, you know, should I buy MSI? And it just tells me, you know, I'll buy other products from them, but as far as like PC parts wise, probably not. I just don't trust them. And their customer service is real shady. Like, and I can probably tell you that there's some people who had the same issues with probably their Mac coolers or whatever other PC parts, and that they try to hit them up and be like, "Well, your PC part did this," and left them out of a PC, and it did that to me. But now I'm glad that I got the PC that I needed because I don't have to worry about that no more because I don't wear anything of MSI. So let me tell you the story about I got this bad boy. All right. So how it all started. This right here. This is not a regular, what you call it, RTX 3060 from any type of third party vendor. This is actually from, I want to say, HP. And, oh, geez, the fucking RAM. Yeah. Anyways, so how this all started was when I went to Best Buy again to go ahead and see if they can resend everything back to CyberPower, send me another PC, the same model, same spec as the one I got from the first time. So they were having issues, so they just pretty much warranted out at their store and said if I could find something the same equal value of the PC that I got in specs or parts wise, but go ahead. But he said that if I can't find anything, but that's going to be over the price of that PC normally would have been, go ahead. Well, you're going to have to pay the difference, but you can still get it. So I was like, bet. There's not really much that they had that pretty much had value like mine's did. So I still walked around because I still didn't want to leave without getting one because they said that my warranty for the PC is going to be up. So I had to do what I had to do. I found the Omen. Yes, I found the Omen. What made me get the Omen wasn't because it was an Omen, it was an HP. No, none of that shit mattered. What I saw was RTX 3060 and a Ryzen 5 5600G. but mainly the graphics card itself. So I picked it up and I dipped and went home, plugged it up, turned it on, and by far it was a pretty okay gaming experience. Had that, and I decided to go ahead and upgrade it from what I had. So I just pretty much took it apart. Took it back them one more time before the warranty, after the warranty was up, and pretty much all that stuff. So I had them take out the graphics card and the CPU, so that way I had got the case, the fans, and all the other stuff, and whatever I had left over. So I didn't have to buy a new motherboard. So all that to that new case, the new PC, and by God, I love it. Best investment ever, because honestly, the black is slick, and I love the color. I love everything about it, and I wouldn't trade it in the world. But it's time for a change eventually. I am actually in the looks of selling it to hopefully get a better PC out of it. Pretty much rebuilding to be an Intel board PC. But I'm gonna keep the graphics card because I know Intel and Nvidia are fanatic together. But anyways, that's my story of what happened with my first PC that I have. Because I wanted to give y'all an update how everything started and how it all crazy and all that shit happened. So other than that, I mean, I love my setup in it now, but I want something bigger and better. And the Ryzen 5 5600G is okay for a 6-core processor, but that new Intel looking fine as fuck, looking sexy. I need to get the Intel. So all I'm saying is, if I would love to get Intel, the CPU, the 12700K, but I just ain't got the money yet. But hopefully in time I can get it, because I do want to build an Intel PC, and I am willing to wait forever how long, if I can even post my shit up for sale and just be like, look, I just want to buy a brand new PC that's Intel based. So that's my goal next, is to rebuild it and put it as Intel. I dropped the live stream yesterday on Borderlands 3. Didn't, no, like I said, no particular goal that it was. So just throw out the live stream. Just go ahead and have fun. That was it. I'm doing a live stream today and a video recording tonight too, since I have off tomorrow. And just go ahead and do it. Other than that, I hope everyone has a blessed day. I just wanted to give y'all a backstory into what happened from my first PC and then to the second one and now to the third one. But that's pretty much what happened. And I'm hoping in time that I could actually get popping, get more viewers and even more subscribers to the channel, where I can even like hit these people up. I would like to actually eventually in time not only learn how to build PCs, but also work with like gaming company PCs that make parts and stuff, like working with Intel, EVGA, Corsair, whatever it is. I would like to eventually work with them, because to me, I would love to learn what it's like to build a PC. And I've never really actually built one myself. And that's what one of my goals is to why I want to sell it, is because I want to actually build one and build it live with a friend of mine's who's done it before, and record live and turn it on and everything else like that. So I'm hoping that somebody that may work for them could see the live one day. A brother can dream. I just pray one day that it does happen, where a small streamer, YouTuber, a gamer, does make it that way. Like, oh, and just to let you know, just because I live in Pensacola don't mean I know freaking what's his name where is Logan or something like no. Yeah, I don't. I've seen his Lambo around. It's nice, real nice Lambo. Shout out to Super Mario Logan if that's still his channel. I love your Lambo. It's badass. but I would say come on to like I said the stream, the recording. If you want to see, just have a good time. I will have another story actually posted on my channel. Actually, I'm going to be doing a recording tonight, and like I said, live stream. But one of my recordings, I'm actually going to be telling a story. A story about what you say? My time working at Publix. Yeah, y'all gonna hear some stories today. Look, it's crazy. Like I've worked at Publix for about I'm gonna say almost 8 years, and I got stories. So, other than that, tune in next time to the Cody C Nation Senpai, and have a good night. Love y'all. Peace and happiness, people. Cody C Nation, gang!